and let's go ahead and get into game 2 here, as Matt's
You
alt
think it's
accounts.
Edvard Grieg 0 or Edvard Griego?
I think it's Edvard. That's what I think. That's
All
what
right,
that's
fair
what I
enough.
think.
Ivern locked in as the first ban for
Or
Matt's alt
maybe
account.
Ed.
MAA choosing the blue side as the losing team from the first game. Hospitalized answering with the Pantheon. So no matter what, we're going to get a bit of a different draft setup. Blue side still quite favored in the LCC playoffs, only dropping one game so far for Discord Kittens.
Yeah, I mean, I'm interested to see what happens here. Like, are they gonna leave up Braum and ban Ziggs? Like, what's the answer to Ziggs? Because 50k damage.
I don't think we're going to
wasn't.
see a change to any of these bans. I really think both teams are going to come in, lock the same ones, and we're going to see iteration through the champ picks. But a Mundo ban comes out for
It
MAA,
is different.
not wanting to address the TJ Mundo. So what is the Mundo pick the counter to? Is MAA going to pull out that Mundo is the answer?
So Matt's alt accounts can pick Braum for themselves here. That's the advantage of being blue side, right? You basically get a fourth ban.
Yeah, Fia not known for playing Braum, more of an enchanter player,
They
and
just
the
first pick
Malphite
Malphite.
coming out.
Yeah.
Yeah, so not wanting to get chunked out by the infinite HP tank. Malphite able to win almost any tank matchup, or at least go even, but quite unhappy playing into the infinite HP of Mundo. So complete flip already. We're going to see a very different draft. MAA still indexing into this team fight, and a scaling option in the top side, not for damage, but for sustain, and hospitalized hovering the Cho'Gath. I think this will be a TJ's answer into the Malphite immediately picked up in
I actually
R1.
don't. I actually think that that's going to be a Crimson Yoni.
Interesting. The
Cho'Gath
mid lane.
mid.
We've seen it come out once before.
Yeah, I don't.
Hovering now.
I mean, I think that we are fully in like a no man's land, right?
Braum counter pick.
Braum taken away. No, it's 4 hospitalized.
Oh yeah, you're correct.
Yeah.
I'm sick.
Nefiri here.
So Nefiri into Cho'Gath actually would be quite a Nefiri favored matchup in the early game, but as Cho'Gath scales into his tank build, going to be able to survive, but not able to run. Nefiri is going to be able to lock him down, and this Morgana pick could be a jungle or a support lock-in. As I mentioned, our sexy enjoys those flex picks options.
Interesting that Whittle choosing to go with Jarvan with both Poppy and Diana up. This feels like a flex, right? Like it could go top or jungle here.
I think you're exactly right.
Yeah, so we'll have to see. First, yeah, now we're gonna see the carries from game 1 panned out.
Yep, no reason to guess. The Ziggs looks great. It had top damage charts, and there's no reason to give it over to Yoni yet again. Going to be forced onto something else unless this is their Cho'Gath. But the Cho'Gath Jarvan, effectively a double flex for Hospitalized, giving Matt's alt accounts a taste their own medicine in that regard. The Poppy is banned out.
Poppy. Banning their own. I don't know. Not sure what happened there.
Perhaps telling us that this is Jarvan top. Waited with baiting. Waiting.
Okay, Lucian Braum is a great lane. It is short range and melee, but it is a very strong lane.
How is it into the? Yeah, it's high pressure and high uptime compared to the Morgana Black Shield, which sits on a 22-second cooldown level 1, something like that. Perhaps slightly longer. Hovering Ezreal, hovering Jhin. So we're going to get the Jhin Morgana locked in. I imagine this will be the combo, and we're going to see a jungler picked up for MAA last. Oh, no?
The last Morgana
is this Nefiri jungle?
Last Morgana that we saw was a jungle Morgana. I think that it could be Jhin Morgana, but there are better lanes, and it is going to be Jhin Janna. It is Morgana jungle again. So Malphite goes top and Nefiri mid, and now we get to see. Do they flex this around? Is this Cho'Gath top jungle, Jarvan jungle, and a counter pick mid? into the Nefiri. What do we get here?
A very interesting draft coming out for game 2. I really like this iteration that we're seeing both on the side selection and on the champions. Aurelion Sol picked up for the opposite side this time.
I think Nefiri's happy into a soul, right?
Yeah, I think A Soul is going to be pressured into, if Nefiri's got Q up, you really have a hard time. Gonna want to use Black Hole to force out the Nefiri Qs to push the wave back the other to the other side. But if you get hit by 2 Nefiri Qs, you're feeling bad in that lane. Really can only afford to get hit by 1 at a time, and then you have to back away. To Yoni to make sure that he stays safe. Very early on the wards last game, they know that it could come through. But time to let it all out on the Rift as we get into game 2 for Hospitalized versus Matt's alt accounts.
Exactly. Let's speed up to
Everybody
live.
get hype.
I mean, this is for Matt's alt accounts on the blue side. This is win or go home. They need to win this game here, or this is the end of their season in the LCC.
Yeah. Plan for Silver Scrapes. Hospitalized out to the bot side. We see some early action
It's
from
a level
them.
1.
Spotted out, but nothing to come of it.
Nice
Matt's
evade
alt
there.
accounts able to counter well. Nothing of value coming out of these level 1s so far in the series. And as we all know, the casters always won a game 3, but both of these teams fighting for their life.
Yeah, I think I like the synergies on Hospitalized. I like that their players got picks that they're comfortable with. I think that the Nefiri, Morgana, the Jhin, it feels a little bit desperation. It feels like they felt like they were gonna win that first game 1, and now they don't know what to do. So this does feel like desperation from Matt's alt accounts. That being said, some people play their best with their backs against the wall, and that could be the case here today. We'll just have to, that's why you play the games, right? It's not over yet. We got to make sure that we get the games played.
Are you frozen?
I am frozen.
All right, cool.
Just
making sure. I think there are some, what I would call perhaps unfortunate similarities to game 2 in their series against Team Bell. And they did not take that game home, if I'm remembering which games they were correctly. But this, I could just be forgetting which ones it is. I'm still sitting on a pause, so
yeah,
I don't know if
I'm just frozen at
what's
90
going on.
seconds in.
We'll hopefully just wait here and see the game resume on its own. But
yeah, for the meanwhile,
yeah,
I'm gonna kick it
I
back,
think
back
bot
to
lane's
us.
a huge one to watch for the level 2. This Lucian Braum all-in with Ignite barrier is potent. Fia and Arsexy are going to be aware of that. They're going to be playing towards it, and we can see them walking out with the creep wave.
Yeah,
both
both
teams
junglers starting
going to be
topside here, right?
Yep.
So pathing toward, and we are back. Okay,
here we
awesome.
go. Here we go.
Don't really know what that all that
Wasn't
was
worried at all.
So yeah, we are on the Rift here in game, and top laners gonna watch each other walk topside. Reds with a decent little trade here. I think the
misses that second Q. That second Q is really what seals the deal for Nefiri in the mid lane. Playing into that lane, all you need to focus on, don't get hit by 2 Nefiri Qs at once. That's all you really need to worry about, unless they get a lead, and then they can just start dubbing you and chasing you down. Bot lane, we're going to be contesting this level 2 hotly to try to see who can get the power. Reds with early advantage into Yoni. But I really think they need to focus on making those Qs connect onto the dragon themselves. TJ flipping the script on Duck a bit here, making him feel the Malphite treatment.
Yeah,
he said, "Let's see how well you can farm under pressure."
That's what I mean. And look at how low on mana he is already. Because if you don't play Malphite, the one thing that you might not know about Malphite is that his mana costs are insane. It is very hard, especially early in the lane phase, to not just especially when you're used to playing things like Ornn, who you can pretty much just, he play as a mage, right?
Yeah, I really think this top lane favors TJ quite heavily. He's super familiar with both sides, both champions, and he made it a very convincing case for himself in game 1, playing a strong top side, engage bottom.
And it will be both summoners burnt from Arsexy already here, as Fia's trying to return some damage. So a decent you know, able to kind of even out in terms of HP, but that's 3 summoner spells for 1 in the bot side as the trade goes down early on. They're testing each other.
Yep. Happy to have this wave. No, it doesn't crash, and they're in a dangerous position. They've got Whittle
Another
Guy as we freeze, but Whittle Guy picking up the scuttle now. Impro is finishing. He's going to be walking to bot lane right this moment, and Abraxo is about to place a ward in the tri-brush. So Hospitalized should be able to evade this gank, but they are under pressure with the wave right outside Mad Alt account's outer tower.
why is this
Yeah, I don't
pause?
know what's going on here, but at least you got time to analyze. A huge CS lead in the mid lane for Red's Awesome with
Yeah.
Yoni already so a dominant performance there, but otherwise Hospitalized is applying a lot of pressure in the top and bot side of the map. Jungler's just about to get into the action, but I think we're going to see Whittle trying to path towards the mid lane, and I think he actually may need to go bottom though to help break this potential freeze that Matt's alt account is hoping for. Yeah, I really think this top side, we can expect TJ to have a solid performance. Wave bouncing away to him now after pushing in deep. You mentioned Malphite's mana cost. Seismic Shard costs 75 mana at level 1, and Malphite can really burn through it quickly. You want to time your Seismic Shards along with your Mana Flow Band and Arcane Comet procs when you are laning in the top side of the map, especially until you can back and get your first item. That's really your limiting factor, and you can play well for yourself if you get that mana flow band proc every time. I'm concerned about mid lane for Hospitalized.
Yeah, I mean, Yoni is already here. Um, nice. Milk Sugar coming in with a sub. Appreciate that. We are currently
Give
in
me
the
some
middle
milks in the chat,
of an
please.
unknown pause. I don't know what's going on. It's not like a disconnect pause. We're just waiting here. It happened at 1:30 as well. So as soon as we go live again, I mean, Jason, I don't really know what to do. Um,
Well, yeah, we're just gonna sit here for a minute. Let's take note of the time. How long are we gonna wait? We're at 9:54. I think we give it few more minutes and then maybe reach out to the team, see if there's anything unusual with their game. I really don't want to do that because I don't want to distract them. Let's check in on Bassoon's stats. To give some stats love back to MAA, we all remember our Sexy's Jin in their last playoff series. Not only did he win that game, he averaged a takedown every 2 minutes with it and won that game. So I was definitely thinking of the wrong game. So our Sexy with a strong performance on the Jin. I think this Jin Morgana is a pairing that they favor. It appears.
it's Morgana jungle. It's Jin.
Yeah, the Jin
Oh,
Morgana on
Jin
the same
Morgana.
team.
Okay, gotcha.
It's Whittle hacking. So Whittle sabotaging us
I
here.
don't know.
The report coming out of
Yeah, I don't know
Milkjugga.
what's happening. Do you want to do you want to try disconnecting and reconnecting? See if that.
Don't know that I'll be able to reconnect if I
That's kind
disconnect.
of why I'm afraid to do it as well as the
Hmm.
caster. I'm a little
Okay.
nervous.
Are you instructing me to give it a go?
I think you should try. Yes.
Hmm.
Spectating from
Yeah.
Craigslist
There's
profile.
almost no way I'm gonna be able to get back into the game.
Okay.
I'm gonna give it a try.
Okay. Yeah, I guess we can pull up some stuff to vamp. Nobody has hopped in here, so all right. Don't know too much about what to do. Put it in the thread. Oh, for the champions? Okay, I see, I see, I see.
So I've closed it. I've right-clicked spectated from Agatio. And what time are you at?
3:30.
Oh yeah, it's in. I'm in.
Okay. All right, so I'm gonna close this and
But we won't have the enter the time, so yeah, do it now, and we'll just lose a little bit of time in the game unless you want to try to wait it out.
um I mean, it wasn't loading, so um try and get it fixed. Going right now. load it up as soon as I can. Okay, we are loading now. So I guess I won't be able to go all the way back to the start, will I?
Nope, you'll only have the time from
Okay.
when we start.
Okay, so I'm at 9 minutes. I'm at 9 minutes. All right. Let me know when you're at 9.
You're at 9 exactly?
Yes.
Okay, 1 second.
And we just missed the first play of the game, which happened at 9 minutes. So both of these teams
Yep, I'm
being.
at 9 minutes.
All right. Fantastic. All right. So 9 minutes. Let's recap what happened. It looks like both Empro and Braxo just went down. A kill is going over to both 80 carries here. And if you're ready, Jason, let's go 3, 2, 1, live. And we are good to go. So we are back here onto the rift. I do apologize for that, but you know, that's gotta work with what
What are
we
you gonna
got.
do?
Looks like Whittle is invading here now. After
Consider it of both
Emperor going
teams
down
to
left hand side.
wait until we got back to make first blood happen. But even with the first 1 kill down either side, Dragon has been picked up by Hospitalized,
I mean,
and
Whittle's
there
gonna
is
get found out here.
3 Void Grubs
Emperor's definitely gonna walk
to
in.
match all the counts. Yep. No smite for
Cataclysm
Whittle.
down. Emperor might just go right back to gray screen. I'm not
There's
sure
no
what's gonna
soul
happen. Reds
shackles.
is coming over, and so he's gonna try and at least counter kill here. But that is a 1-for-1 at the end of the day. So a nice solo kill in the jungle for Whittle. Nice kill.
I want my pay-per-view money back. Unfortunately, you will
Right.
not be refunded. Nice pickup, but I like the aggressive play out of Whittle guy. He knows the soul shackles is down based on that last fight, and he goes deep to prove that Jarvan wins the duel when there's no soul shackles or a teammate available. However, a teammate coming through, Reds picks up a free kill for himself.
Yeah, no,
So
I
where
think
is the
Reds
kill?
getting this kill is fine. Like, I do think Matt's ult
Yeah.
counts is okay with this. Let's check in with the gold because it's about 700 gold for Matt's ult accounts here. They have another early game lead. They weren't able to, cash it in game 1, but they are successful, or are looking good again here in the early game of game 2.
Yep, we're seeing a complete flip of the mid lane matchup. Dominant performance from Crimson Yoni on the Ziggs game 1, but Red's coming out with a Fury pick and looking fierce. A 26 CS lead, and now picking up a free kill. Chopples mentions in the chat, yeah, Crimson Yoni cannot be feeling good after that one. This Fury pick is scary as the A-Soul right now.
I just had
Oh
another
no.
pause at 11 minutes.
I'm also paused at 11 minutes. I'm just going to sit here for a minute.
What is going on, man? Can I go back and watch the kill? Yeah, that was the kill that we just saw.
Yeah, I'm again stopped at 11 minutes.
I don't know what to do.
I guess we reset again.
I mean, like, the more time that we waste, the more time...
Yeah.
You know what I think that we should do?
Uh-huh.
I think that we should vamp some time right now. I think that we should hang out with the community, and then I think that we should watch the replay and give the game its full, proper cast. That's what I think we should do.
We're not going to be able to cast game 3 live then.
Yeah, game 3, I mean, as a result, is going to be late. So, but I mean, like, look, we missed the first blood. We're missing a lot of these important decisions and opportunities. I
We're
think that,
11 minutes in. I think we just need to go.
I mean, I can pull it up again. I can pull it up. I just think that, I don't think that I don't think this is the experience that people want, but.
I mean, it's not the experience I want, but I think we're bound by Riot's
Yeah,
client.
so 13 minutes in, it's 3-6 here. Catching up, it looks like Agateo does have 3 kills. Whittle has 3 kills. We're only missing some back and forth. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how that happened, though. It does look like Emperor's died 3 times. As a bind will land here, as Agateo and Abraxas with the 2v3, the Soul Shackles lands onto both. Agateo drops, so that is a pretty big shutdown. And the bind, secondary bind from Emperor on the way out here. And so this is going to be another kill. It's a double. And now this Jhin is 3-1. Oh my gosh. It's an assassin as he shows up with Eclipse and collects Empro. All 4 shots landing onto Whittle Guy, but Jhin just has no damage on Swifties and a BF sword. So at the end of the day, 22, like 21-8 to 23-2, it is about 1,400, 1,500 gold up for Hospitalized.
What time are you at?
1405, 1406, 7. So it looks like Whittle is going to go towards Dragon now. Start to take that objective as Nefiri is roaming down. Remember, this Nefiri did have a kill, got shut down at some point. So Crimson Yoni starting to catch up a little bit, and a nice find here with that ward on the side providing vision. There's no ward, so Reds with an early chunk, they might just have to give this up. Again, Nefiri taken out. Ultimate comes through. They want to take this fight. Reds flashes into the fight. But the smite's secure, and Reds will drop. All 3 land as it's a gorgeous glacial fissure from Abraxo. Wow.
Abraxo getting a little bit of emote and dancing on him. And although Matt Salt accounts had a bit of grasp in that skirmish before, Hospitalized showing up to punish them on the dragon fight. They're looking very comfortable at these dragon fights.
Yeah, I don't know why they wanted. That was second dragon, Jason. Like okay, I get it. We're 15 minutes in now. Wait, TJ.
Oh
Flash
my
feast.
What? That just looks so goofy. That was so goofy. Solo. That was such a goofy play. He just flashed and stood there. Nice play for TJ picking up the solo kill, even though it looked a little silly. It's the kill that counts. Oh man, the Whittle Guy again, a killer on this Jarvan. 4-1-4. Eclipse, no boots. Who needs them? Does he have what secondary does he have? I'm not sure. But yeah, MAA not finding their patience, trying to make sure that they can fight this early game. But I think the Jhin Janna doesn't really come online until 2 items. Lucian and Braum having far more power in the early game, just off the back of proccing the glacial, sorry, what is it? Concussive blows.
Yeah, I mean,
Impro being based on by Whittle.
Whittle just hardcore wins that. He barely even took any damage. I don't know that he went for the invade into a losing matchup. I think
that's just a no-go. That's a situation that you are not happy with no matter what. On the Morgana, the locket's available, but there's nothing to use it.
What did you tell me we were going to call
that? That is a unforced error.
An unforced error. Yeah, an unforced error. Yeah, correct. So, yeah, I mean, yeah, Whittle capitalizing on it, right? 5-1-4 here on the Jarvan in game 2. Definitely a different style Jarvan. It's Sundered Sky and Eclipse, so he is the damage build. He is not the tank for his team here. And Reds is going to try and find plays onto Abraxo and Agateo.
Yeah, Pot's ultimate, but ultimately decides not to engage. Yoni will burn the teleport, so perhaps as a reaction to the teleport, they just back away. Duck is playing this Malphite, same as TJ was in the last matchup, but TJ very happy to get this counter pick, sitting up 40 CS and a solo bolo. A little bit of poke come down the mid lane onto Abraxo, but not really concerned about it. Hospitalized, definitely in the driver's seat of this game too.
Yeah, and man, it just feels kind of like, remember we were, flashback to our draft talk, just a little bit like their desperation, they don't know what to do. Are Sexy now gonna get caught in the Cataclysm mid, and that's why we mentioned it's tough to play Jhin into Jarvan, able to just Cataclysm down that immobile 80 carry.
Yeah, and as we mentioned also, it's secret to being hospitalized, you gotta track Whittle. He's just off the side, and he makes Hard Sexy really pay for just taking a single step out of the mid lane, and now pressure down onto the mid. 3 there, but no dive to happen. That
Yeah,
would be
I
a
mean,
brave one.
one thing that we can say is that Hospitalize, they are the league leaders for a reason, right? They come in as the first seed and as the favorites here in today's matchup. They have had 2 shocking early
Engage bot
games.
side. Curtain
Wow.
call comes
Oni
out,
flash.
but
Okay, so they do force flash.
connects on Yoni. But yeah, able to escape for just burning the flash. I think he could have got away without it, but happy to stay alive. On the side, burns 2 ultimates yet again. Reds dropping these ultimates, going for the assassinations, but not able to make anything happen. Still sitting on the kill that they got handed to them by Whittle in the early game. And maintaining just a fraction of the CS lead they had earlier now that Crimson Yoni's been broken out of the lane.
Guys, the
Tornado onto Abraxo.
It shreds through the black shield there, and the flash comes out. The monsoon from Fia,
Oh, the
but
damage!
instantly dunked by Whittle guy. And they are going to look to go forward here. Emperor goes golden, but the rest of Hospitalize will just fly over. Crimson Yoni here now on the side as Reds needs to make a play here. It is a nice snipe from our Sexy as the American Sniper begins to look forward, and Abraxo, Agateo, and Whittle will look out. The Glacial Fissure lands onto
Hound's Pursuit is up, but they don't have vision. Oh no, Reds missing the opportunity to be able to engage onto the 2 low members. Gatio and Abraxo managing to sneak away. Very low HP, of course not quite as much anymore, but a good trade out for Matt Salt accounts at the end of the day, and could pick up this dragon for free. Whittle guy on the side to mark it. He has smite, and he has vision.
Pretty big to be down 5k gold and pick up an objective here. Whittle does have
Flash Hound's
pretty
Pursuit.
much everything. That is flash ult through, and Braxo is here just in time off the recall. Where's the rest of his team?
Dragon could leash here though. It's on half
Duck
HP.
is
It's
down
getting
here.
some reset.
Duck is down here, so they are going to have a numbers advantage as Agateo is going to look, and that's a 1-for-1 so far as Jungler goes down, but Agateo and Abraxo in a 2 versus 4 now, as they will just all in onto Agateo, and so that is a big shutdown going over to this AP jungle, as finally he shows up, but TJ never teleporting into that fight. I wonder why not. I feel like if Shogath had showed up in the middle of that fight, that could have totally changed it, but...
Yeah, a bit confusing to choose to engage into these, index into these fights, but then keep your top laner in the alone in the top side. Yoni getting picked out here.
Oh, the root
nice
comes through, unstoppable force landing, and so this should be some cleanup kills. That last sniper bullet from our Sexy does come through, and so at the end, it is 4 for 0, and the dragon. They give up tier 2 top lane tower. Goes over to Cho'Gath. How much gold does this Cho'Gath have? Okay.
Yeah, quite a bit in the pocket. Definitely feeling himself, creating the entirety of this gold lead for Team Hospitalized. TJ showing up in the playoffs. He's come to play. We've seen both of these teams in the channels practicing. They are excited. They're ready to play these matches, and it could still go either way.
Here. Oh, he missed. He missed it.
Yep, he definitely wants this fight.
The Vorpal spikes here, a nice... Oh, and it's an easy solo bolo in the side lane for TJ.
Nom, 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 nom. The Feast picks it up. An assassin on the side. Void Monster picking up Feast after Feast. 2 there, 9 stacks for the jungle. Or for this top lane Cho'Gath. Feeling very confident.
Push it,
Find and miss, Howling Gale.
I like this evasion here. I mean, really, Braum Lucian is so slippery. I love this lane. I know that the Lucian Nami is what's become more popular in recent years, but I do feel like the Braum Lucian is, I mean, honestly, like, maybe not numbers better, but, you know, synergy better, so we'll have to see here. Our Sexy spotted out, and that is a flash, you know. You get 1 flash every 4 minutes, right? Every 4.5 or 5 minutes, so...
Nothing, you get 1 Herald a game. I think this one's going to get this tower for free. As Empro moves to the bot side, they're trying to pick up a kill onto TJ. There's 2 here, but TJ's a tanky man. I mean, trying to just walk away.
Hospitalized is happy to see 2 bot side because this Herald is going to get a second charge, and this could be mid-tier 2 dropping here. As they continue to see
with the shield to redeem some of it, but a nice take. I think Hospitalized with a huge advantage on the play.
I'm going to knock on wood because we seem to be able to actually watch the game
Why
now.
would you say it again?
So it's like 4.5k gold up for.
It's rare, ladies and gentlemen,
Hospitalized.
that you see the caster curse, literally the game
I don't
that
think
we're
I'm
trying
that
to watch.
powerful. I don't think. Look,
But you're
dude,
trying
TJ's
for
taking
it
another tower.
too. Yeah, TJ a Goliath this game. And
How many
MAA
stacks
is
do you need
feeling the
on?
pressure.
How many stacks do you need on? What is this item? Heartsteel, for it to really like. When does it become a problem?
I, I don't know how to answer that question. It's just extra health, so any amount is good.
Yeah, but
I
I mean
think the
like
real thing to look at is the feast stacks. Sitting at 9 feast stacks, he's already picked up 6 from his minions, maxed out there. He's got 1 epic monster and 2 champions, so he's looking for every opportunity to trade onto this
Baron is
Fury.
going down. I'm not sure if they know about it. Emperor
They
is going
definitely
to find
know.
out here, but I don't know what they can do about it.
I'm not sure they can answer about it. It's 4,000 HP on the Baron.
Emperor has access here. He will be able to go in. It's very low. He might be able to smite, and he steals it. And now the curtain is called over the top as Whittle drops. Abraxa will be next. And Agateo and Crimson, what can they do? There's finally a teleport from TJ on the backside as the fight is now split. Emperor drops, and now Agateo begins to try and find some damage. But look, he can't do anything as Sexy buying all this time to kite. TJ
Sexy down.
Get the kill, traded out. It ends up being at the end of the day a 4-for-2, and Matt's all accounts got the Baron. They're clawing back this game. An incredible late game Baron fight.
Yep, gold almost back to even now. 1 dragon advantage to Hospitalized, but the another one spawning, and they're currently on the back foot. Very well played from Matt's alt accounts, finding the teleport in from Duck Jugs, then the flash unstoppable force, and a huge follow-up, a steal from Impro, further padding his jungle objective steal stats. Very well played, and absolutely, the game remains on a knife's edge. I think we're going to get to late game, and we're going to see this game flip one way or another on a team fight yet again.
Yeah, I mean, I've been really impressed of these teams' ability to fight from gold deficits. Both of these teams have showed it now in this playoff series alone. Not just throughout the season, but in this single series. And we've seen some pretty impressive plays come out of both sides. A couple blunders as well. You can tell that nerves are playing a big factor here as Agateo just dodges that bind. That bind from Emperor.
Curtain Call is on cooldown right now. Almost every other ultimate is available. That's one to watch out for. And the Zonia's is not on deck for Impro as he takes a huge culling to the face.
He comes through the flag and drag. Beautiful monsoon, and already Emperor is dropped unstoppable force forward, but it's not going to be enough as Whittle will find Sexy and Fia on the back of this fight. That's 2 dead already as Reds has to flash out, but all of Hospitalized is going to just chase forward. Agateo playing with his life's numbers here, but just on the right side of that margin, and so this should be 3rd dragon, unless there's an incredible steal to be had. We might see a gorgeous Jin
up
W
for Whittle
come
guy. So, man, I think it was a frame-perfect smite. Very nice. Fight goes the other way this time around, as TJ gets hold of the jungler quite early and feasts him out. The Zonia is not available for Impro at the start of the fight. Will be up on for the next one. Any notable points in these builds? This Unending Despair, this Sunfire, TJ wants to stand in the front line. He wants to be that immovable object for Agateo and Abraxo to set them up for success. Whittle guy, if you notice, is diving deep in these fights. He's got this Eclipse and Sundered Sky build. He wants to pressure deep into on our Sexy.
Yeah, I think the one thing to note is that Reds is not having a great game here. 1-5-3 on the Nefiri after starting 1-0 with a huge lane lead. So I really want to see Nefiri like actually collect and do some damage in these team fights. I know that you picked this assassin so that you could find picks. So I'd love to see some flank angles. Just show me something.
Yeah, it was a very promising start to the game, and it's a little bit disappointing to see that it hasn't scaled out any further. We want to see it combine with your jungler to find strong assassinations. Any form of CC sets up Nefiri very well, but several ultimates in a row weren't able to connect, and we're not sure quite what happened from 3 to 9 minutes. But we are stacking up for another fight in the mid lane. 5 available for Matt's alt accounts with TJ on the side. His teleport coming up in a few seconds.
Yeah, but Baron's not really close to spawning. There's not a huge fight to be had here, and Emperor and Reds are together here, and so it is a little bit of an ARAM as they're gonna begin to siege. Whittle looking for a flank, but maybe a little bit too separated from his team. Not sure. Meanwhile, TJ just gets free push here.
Yeah, TJ pressure.
And he's gonna go double force forward onto Agateo, but the rest of the team not there to capitalize on it. And so that's one ultimate down, and an instance of
Sexy was already on the rotate bot lane to try to pressure TJ off. Red's managing to do so on his own, but he will be back. A nice bind over the wall, lands onto Abraxo.
Yeah, he does have the Unbreakable still up, and so it doesn't end up being too much chunk damage at the end of that. But Empro, you know, finding binds. Whittle on a ward
burns the locket. No vision really available for Matt's alt accounts on their own side of the map. They have a little bit of defensive warding down. TJ, an unending shove into the bot side of the map will be answered here slightly by Duck, but will not stop
He's
much.
Look
he
for it,
moves
and he
away,
does
and Reds finds it.
Up. Oh my gosh, just a mismatch.
Yeah, as
like
Jhin
Reds
in this
cannot
game,
be down there answering that. There is no feast though, so he might go down. But honestly, the rest of the team hospitalized. He's alive for so long, they might be able to come over. It looks like they are just gonna leave him to die. TJ's gonna try and turn this onto Fia. A nice tornado right at the end of it will buy space, and so the shutdown goes over. Agateo and Emperor battling it out, but the Unshackled is about to land. Oh, it looks like everything is gonna miss.
Agateo dancing in the darkness, managing to dodge out the curtain call. Tower drops topside for Whittle Guy.
Yeah, I mean,
and
perhaps
the death knell for MAA's side laning capacity. TJ picking up the Warmogs now, 488 on the Heartsteel, feeling very comfortable in the Cho'Gath.
Yeah, yeah, man. We'll see if there is an answer. It can't be
we just watched it take 20 seconds for our Sexy plus 2 allies to take him down 1v3. I think, as we mentioned before the start of the game, the Jhin may be a meta pick, but he still struggles to deal with tanks, and TJ is one of the biggest tanks you're going to see on the Rift with a very fed Cho'Gath on 4 items. Teleports coming out, hospitalized, starting the Dragon, or Baron.
Yeah, it's going to be easy Baron take. This should be a nice feast for TJ. And actually, it's a smite for Whittle instead, which means
rolled by his jungler.
Which means that there is a feast available if a team fight breaks out. So we'll have to see if because this is Soul as well. So what can they do with Baron here? We are 31.5 minutes in. We saw a couple not their greatest plays with Baron during the regular season. This is playoffs though. They've had a lot of time to find ways in. Wow, level 18.
We've seen some very passive Baron plays, really just using it for the stats and a little bit of like assistance pushing in waves, but not a ton taken in these. Deciding to use it to go for their Dragon Soul. Yoni engaged on the left side.
Yoni is this Falling Skies, and the Emperor with the long range. Oh, beautiful unstoppable force at Agateo. That's what I mean. Our Sexy so much damage one time. Agateo almost dead. And this is such a spread fight. Agateo is, oh my gosh, I can't believe he's alive. He lives through that. At the end of the day, it's
1 HP limping out, and our Sexy cannot fight his way through TJ on this Cho'Gath. They're on the side, the curtain call lands. I think all 4 shots come through, but unable to finish anybody after Yoni drops to the initial bind. Our Sexy on the being Jace now. TJ finally under half HP, but the Dragon going down over to Whittle Guy.
Yeah, I mean, you know, pumping damage in, but that's what can Jhin do into the Cho'Gath, right? I mean, Duck finding a really nice mid-game.
Ooh, deep engage from Whittle using this blast plant, forcing the flash out.
There's no Cataclysm. Cataclysm was on like a 2-second cooldown. I think you just Cataclysm here.
Looking for the re-engage right now.
Oh man, a flash Cataclysm would have been a double kill. Would have been end of the game.
Yep, 100% agree. I would have gone for that, and I think we would have seen a certain other Jarvan Boxby go for that.
Still might be end of the game, though. I don't know what they're going to be able to do to try and avoid this from closing down. There is Baron on many of the members of HPZ. It does look like, you know, there's no Abraxo here, there's no Yoni, so they might just want to group up, play as a team. TJ does have Mormog, so unless they're able to stay in constant combat, he's just going to full heal. So all this poke will be for nothing. And yeah, there he is. 220 every half second.
He's already got all the advantage he needs. He can be just sit with his team and be the immovable rock from game one that he needs to be. Let's check in on the HP pool for Cho'Gath, sitting at 8,400.
Yeah, but again, it's like there's Bind. They just did 4,000 damage, but that's only half of his bar. It's barely a tickle. Whittle looking for reds here. The Flag Attack actually doesn't land, but the Cataclysm will, as the Glacial Fissure comes out. A nice root, and Whittle will drop here. So able to capitalize on the team not being fully together. Whittle and Braxo kind of making a two-man play. Crimson Yoni is going to just straight up int just for the inhib. Yeah, I mean,
so 3 left for Hospitalized.
That
they're
is
going to be pushed
inhib.
away. 2 inhibs on the play, but I don't know that you needed to trade 2 players and 2 flashes for it. Indexing into those fights that they did not need to take over the wall. They've
Jason,
got
not the cleanest play.
Like,
not the cleanest play.
No, not the cleanest play by any means. They've got the Hextech Soul, but it's not going to let them magically be able to fight entirely over the wall. Lucian is a short-range AD carry. He is not happy taking a fight in the enemy base when he's not in there. And he definitely doesn't want to join Whittle Guy over the wall. I think a bit of miscommunication on the intent there.
So we stall out a little bit as Matt's alt accounts has pretty much lost all agency in the game when you get 2 inhibs down. They need to find ways to try and shove these waves out, and so it does look like they've sent Emperor bot and Red's top, and kind of trying to find farm, trying to finish any items that we have here. We've got a BF sword on Jin, almost fully completed item, and a Vamp Scepter here for Agateo, so both ADs nearing full build. Same with TJ in top lane, almost full build here.
Yeah, it's quite a bit of parity across the map, but there's a 5,000 gold lead in the top side, and let's take a look at the team's gold. Oh, it's 61k to 65k. I wonder where it all is. TJ showing up in game 2. He's huge.
Yeah, it's all on this one player. 7-2 to 0-3. And keep in mind, Duck played incredibly on Thursday. This is a player that won MVP of his quarterfinal series. TJ really, you know, honestly, kind of creating a name for himself here in the finals.
Fanning out
and
this
what a time to do
finding
it.
some favorable matchups, and yeah, these are his best games that we've seen all season. A fed Cho'Gath if one game does not make an engage on
R-Sexy, and it's just before Splash comes up, so that will be an easy secure. That's 3 dead, as now the base of Matt's alt accounts will fall. Agateo and Abraxo front lining here, but there's nothing that Duck and Reds will be able to do. Duck goes down, Reds 1 versus 5, and Matt's alt accounts all will drop as Hospitalized push towards the Nexus, and that is a clean 2 for 0. And yeah, they put the bow on that one. Series done and dusted. They're in the finals.
Yep, it's our first 2-0 of the playoffs, but I think what other team to give it to us than Hospitalized in the first seed versus 3rd seed match in the semifinals. Congrats to Hospitalized punching their ticket to the finals.